Attorney J. Wendell Gordon.
Murphy, who's representing the family, contradicted a police department timeline of the arrest, which said that medics were called to the Western District Station 30 minutes after the police van carrying Gray left the scene. Murphy said his information indicating Gray was at the police station for an hour before medics were called. Quote unquote. What we know is that while in police custody for committing no crime for which they had no jurisdiction for making the arrest except he was a black man running,
Attorney
his spine was
J. Wendell Gordon.
virtually severed, 80% severed in the neck area, and he called the injuries catastrophic. Man.
I agree. But we tried to warn the legislature that many people have died and will continue to die under the present statutory scheme that's upholding the law enforcement officers' Bill of Rights. And the lack of accountability in this town is palpable. And it goes beyond travel, but many of our legislators just don't understand that this is not just a Baltimore City problem. That was just some of the pushback that we were receiving. They were like, well, this is a Baltimore City thing. Why do we need state legislature for a Baltimore City problem? So some of these legislators do not feel that police brutality is an issue that has affected within our state. They just think it's a localized issue dealing with urban populations such as Baltimore City and Prince George's County. And for those who are out in Garrett County or Comico County and surrounding counties, they don't really have, at least to their knowledge, they don't have it. Police brutality is one of the most underreported crimes, I would say. Today, more so than race or domestic violence and things of that nature, because what usually comes along with police brutality are charges. And the current statutory scheme with regard to the filing of charges, which has been relaxed somewhat lately, is that you have 90 days to file a charge of a complaint of police brutality. And it takes, as you know, if you're facing criminal charges as a result of police brutality, you have to get those charges disposed of, and most people don't feel comfortable filing a complaint of police brutality while they have pending charges. But in our system, it takes over 90 days for your case to get through it in the first place.
Wow.
So you missed the statutory deadline while you're battling false charges being placed upon you for police brutality. And most of the charges come from, I call it the trilogy. You have failure to obey, disorderly conduct, and assault on the police officer. The assault on the police officer charge is a felony. So that charge can really scare any person into saying, you know what, I'm just glad that it was a bad experience. I'm just glad that it's over and I got this matter dealt with and I'm just going to go on about my business. They don't report it. What we have to do is report police brutality. I don't care. You even report discourtesy, where they're cursing you out. Write it, report it. Baltimore City thinks that their complaints for police brutality is dropped because they don't have anything in writing. If a case
J. Wendell Gordon.
some trauma here. This man was in good health. Take a call.
From a legal standpoint, and I look at the situation with Mr. Walker, who was murdered, a couple of weeks ago.
Blueberry. Okay. Blueberry donut. Make my runs. Wrap it up, man. Okay, let me run to the store real quick, folks. Until next time.
there's things that he can do. Like he can act expeditiously and put this evidence together and bring it before a trial board or what have you, whatever the next phase in the process is. All he needs is expeditious conduct. What we usually find when they say you're going to conduct a thorough investigation is that these investigations are conducted in order to exonerate officers. They scorch the earth to find at least some individual, whether it's an individual who's addicted to some type of substance or something, to give contradictory evidence as to what is readily available and readily known to the public. So when you find these investigations taking long periods of time, it's because they just haven't found that certain someone who can do it.
Well, I don't think it's in the best interest of transparency and morale for this one to take a long period of time. Certainly you want to be thorough, you want to be fair, but as I just stated, it appears, and you alluded to it, it appears that you have a relatively healthy individual going in and coming out, and you have an individual that is barely, if at all, mobile.
Well, 80%, when you vertebrae in your neck, 80% severed, it's only 20% that's left intact. So you can speak to, anybody can speak to that. And all you have to do is look at the film in the police department, because they have cameras in the police department, and they have individuals who know. They have a sergeant who's in charge, they have commanders, they have people in place to know who handled this gentleman and who's responsible for his injuries. And so this case should resolve itself in short order. And what I'm looking most forward to is how Marilyn Mosby will deal with it. And I expect that she will deal with it effectively by bringing some criminal charges and have these officers indicted.
Marilyn Mosby.
So, Wendell, I don't know what your schedule is. I know we interrupted it. So if you want to just stay with us, or if you want to get your day started and catch up with us, you let us know. We imposed on you, man.
That's no problem. I do have to be in court by 9:30.
Well,
I think I'm going to get myself together to get the court.
Well, listen, as always, man, you've been very, very open and considerate of you coming on board to help us get started. Lines are lit, and we appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. Stay the warrior that you are, because we need you, man. We need you so very much in our community.
Warrior lawyer.
Thank you. Thanks for taking
I'm glad that celebrity can't drive, and I approve this message.
Family. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, we've got several folks in the chat room. You're invited to come and share your thoughts and your opinion and your feelings on the subject. 1 week after being rushed to the hospital after his arrest, he died. So now what do we get? We found out that the administrative piece is not the administrative piece, basically because it's a bad piece of situation. These law enforcement guys have an overwhelming consideration of time to get themselves together. Trying to keep up, don't even get a day. Something unfair. All right, let's get into a discussion with us. 7:30 here on 1010 WOLD. Meeting the need.
Have a great day.
Talk Radio. Taxi Talk Radio. This is your Taxi Talk Radio. This is your Taxi Talk Radio.